colorism permeates South Asian culture. We love whiteness, and I mean both in terms of the skin, but also in terms of our internalization of white supremacy and racism. We have internalized racism, and we have come to believe that whiteness is better than brownness. And it shows up in things like colorism, where we tell our children to not sit in the sun, to use skin bleaching cream products, and more. This is a manifestation of white supremacy. It's a manifestation of racism, and we have come to believe this. And I'm so done with the colorism in our community, in our culture. So after today, I would love for you to join me in calling out colorism. When you hear comments being made in our culture around how fair is beauty, I want you to call it out. And instead, what we really should be doing is cultivating self-love. We want to be in a place where we embrace how beautiful we are, the melanin in our skin, our brown.
After looking at you as a fair woman, Beyonce would feel inferior. Just a friendly reminder, Beyonce's black! Y'all will continue to say colorism in India does not exist when Indian women can't even turn on the TV. Imagine being an Indian woman, turning on the TV, Beyonce, and then imagine going to the drugstore after and seeing Fair and Lovely bleaching products literally everywhere. Going to like an auntie and uncle's house, and then the auntie's like, oh, you got so dark. There is no escaping colorism and the Eurocentrism that was implemented by colonizers. And the fact that this video can exist in 2020 and the production company, actors didn't say anything about it is unbelievably problematic and embarrassing. Imagine having colorism in 2020. What the heck? Like, what?
Tell me somebody's colorist without saying they're colorist.
So when I was like 6 or 7, I was in first grade at the time. I was a part of like a Bollywood dance group, and I went over to one of the girls' houses because they were having practice there, and her whole family like basically wouldn't acknowledge me, and they would only serve me food on a metal tray, and they wouldn't let their kids touch that metal tray. And it's all because of obviously the caste system, and I was much darker than their children. So then obviously when my white mom came to come get me, they were shook because they treated me so badly, and it went down. When I tell you all it went down, it went down. We never went back there again. No more dance group for me. Over. And as a 7-year-old, I didn't understand what was going on, but now as an adult, I do, and it's triggering.
Because everyone watches Bollywood. Also, I specifically said South Asian, not South Indian. Bollywood so far has only been having actors that look white, which is very problematic because Bollywood is so popular. Not only do South Asians watch it, a lot of people from different countries watch Bollywood movies. And the representation in those movies is so problematic because there are people in my comment section who are foreigners, non-South Asians, who tell me that they did not know that Indians like me existed, meaning Indians of my skin tone or darker than me existed. Only after we started putting ourselves on the internet did they think, oh wow, they're brown and dark skinned Indians, South Asians? Why is it not there in Bollywood movies? There is colorism everywhere. But the reason why I hold Bollywood to such a high standard and I talk about them and I attack them on my page is because how popular they are, how much power they hold. Because people watch Bollywood movies and make their assumptions about us. By us, I mean the rest of South Asia, the rest of India, and they think that we look like those people, those actors, those white-looking actors, and they think that that's what South Asians look like. Nope. South Asia is very, very diverse. India is very diverse, but we don't have any representation. In my own country, I don't have representation. And Hollywood is doing a much better job at that. Which I think, like, that's weird to me.
You see, there's been a caste system already on ground in India, and many people are not aware of that, especially in the South Asia, where there is a differentiation or there is a classification of individuals, persons, based on the color of the skin. And so there are a lot of melanated people in India, but it was further amplified, or the divide was very much evident when the British came there to colonize India, and it has not left there. And many times, many of us grew up watching Bollywood movies, and what we saw were actually white persons, and that is the image, that is the export that Indian is sending to the world. There are no actual melanated people, and many people are not aware of that because of the caste system. So you see that even in the Bollywood movies that are being exported to the world, is predominantly people who are white in nature that feature in major action roles and pictures in those videos. And so these black Indians are relegated to the background. They are not spoken about. They are not paid attention to or they're viewed. And this video today intends to expose those lies, those deceits, as these white Indians who are supremacist in mindsets are saying we can't go out with people who are of darker shade or of not of white color because of the caste system that is already present in the nation. And so they tend to identify more with Europeans than they identify with their own people. If you are coming across my YouTube channel, you're welcome. Please do hit that notification button, hit that subscription button so that you'll be notified anytime we bring up new update. If this is your first time of visiting our YouTube channel, it's nice to have you. Credit to original content creator. We have a little more videos to share with you, and at the end of it we'll come to give you our own general analysis, so just hang in there.
Do my Indian parents finally accept my half-black children? Let's get into it. So last I left off, I haven't spoken to my dad in over a decade. I think the last time I spoke to him was in 2013. I don't need him in my kids' lives. He disowned me a long time ago, or I felt he disowned me, even though I felt like he wanted to communicate with me, but he didn't want to own up to the fact that he has half black grandchildren.
Love sees no color. What her family done is completely unacceptable. They had disowned her for having mixed children with her black husband. Now, as long as her husband, don't matter the race or the color, as long as he treats her good and respects her, no one should have a problem with that. No one whatsoever.
He would tell people I'm off somewhere studying, the kids didn't exist, there's no pictures of me in his house, there's no pictures of the kids in his house. Anytime I would see one of his friends, oh, how's school? Oh, I'm married. But anyways, yeah, I don't need that in my life. You'll learn more about my upbringing with my dad and my stepmother in another video. There's a lot there. Anyway, so now let's get into my mom. I tried. Guys, I tried. And I'm like, okay, let's see if she changed. And I would use little triggers to see how she would react. There were 3 things that I'm like, wow, you can still do this to this day? So one was my 21-year-old hurt his Achilles in December. He got hurt. I told Instagram, Facebook, all of that. So my mom follows me on Facebook, so she read it, and I also told my sister, who told my mom. My mom writes me 4 days after it happened, and she was like, she wrote me on Facebook Messenger. She's like, is, Elijah okay? I was like, he's okay, he's in a lot of pain. She wrote me 2 days after that message and gave me a thumbs up emoji. A thumbs up. Okay, whatever. So I decided to visit my sister in Maryland, and because she just had a baby and I wanted to see my nieces. There's 2 of them. So I went there with my oldest daughter, who was her favorite when I was younger. She was literally like, give me her and I want to raise her again like she was her daughter, because apparently she didn't raise me and my sister right. Yeah, anyways. So I brought her to Maryland to see her grandmother because she also wanted to see her uncle and her aunt and all of that good stuff. And my mom, the only thing she really said to my daughter was hi. There was no conversation. There was no, oh, how's school? Or what are you doing? Are you working? There was no trying to get to know her granddaughter at all. And I'm like, that's crazy. You would think she wants to get to know her grandchild. Like, who wouldn't want to get to know your grandchild? If I had a grandchild, I want to know everything about that child. But yeah, she really wasn't trying to talk to that child. And it was very disheartening to see. Very disheartening. I'm like, wow, okay. I'm going to have to get to a part 2 because there's not enough room in this video for it. So this is just my opinion. but I would have to say it's northern Indians are like worse with colorism, because southern Indians tend to understand colorism, and they're also more educated. They have better education than northern Indians. And I am northern Indian, so I'm not just talking shit. So, yeah, so I would say northern Indians are more prejudiced than southern Indians. So that's just I would put. So they're not half black, they're mixed. So my 8 children, technically they're not half. See, I am 100% Indian. Both my parents are from India. From what I know, they're Indian. My husband, on the other hand, is Afro-Caribbean. He's from Trinidad. Where?
What? What up, people?
So he's from Trinidad, and he's not full black. What are you?
Okay, so my little brother took like a 23andMe? No, it was a 23andMe, so I'm going off of his results because, as far as I know, we're full. We're fully, we're fully related. So according to that, Nigeria, Ghana, Benin, and Togo, 7% South Asian from India. So apparently it's 4% North Indian, 3% South Indian. I have some ancestors from Greece, Greece. So yeah, Trini to the bone, right?
So yeah, the kids are not half. They're a little bit of everything. They're like majority Indian, I guess. But yeah, they're mixed. They're not half, I guess. Goodbye.
We have a goal of meeting 20,000 people this year. Please comment, please subscribe, hit that notification button if you like what we do. And so get into the comment section, let the conversation begins. For my old subscribers, you're welcome back. Thank you. You're the reason why we do what we do, and we'll keep bringing you more exciting content. See you on my next video. Bye.